Hello! In this video we're going to learn how to change from a decimal into a fraction. So in this case we have 6 decimals right here. Sorry for that, we have 6 decimals right here, and we're going to represent them as fractions. Okay, so the process is really simple, but you have to pay attention in order to understand. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the decimal and we're going to forget about the point. If we forget about the point, we have here 0.5, and 0.5, it's not really like a nice number, right? We never say I have 0.5 years. You just say I have 5 years. So 0.5 is the same as saying 5. Until there, easy. We forget about the point. If the number at the left is a 0, we just erased it, okay? 5. 5 over 1. It's always over 1, okay? Now, we're going to write something here at the right of the 1. And we're going to write zeros. How many zeros? It depends on how many numbers does the number have after the point. How many digits are there after the point? Over here, if here is a point, how many digits do I have to the right? Just one, right? The 5. That's why I'm only going to write 1 0. If I had 2 numbers here, I will place 2 zeros here. If I had 3 numbers, 3 zeros. 6 numbers after the point, 6 zeros. Okay, in this case, just one number, 1 0. Easy. But we haven't finished. Why? Remember, we always ask you to give us the fraction in their simplest form. So 5 over 10 is a fraction that represents 0.5, but it's not in their simplest form. To do that, you need to simplify. So let's try to find a number that can divide 5 and 10. In this case, that number is going to be 5. 5 and 10 are divisible by 5. Let's try to find the answer. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. That's it. I cannot simplify any longer. So 0.5 is the same as 1/2. Very easy. Maybe it's a little bit confusing. Don't worry. We have 5 more exercises for you to understand. Just keep paying attention. Let's look at this example. This example is a little bit different. Why? Because it doesn't have a 0 here, but it does have a 3. So what are we going to do in this example? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to write the 3 over here, because it's going to be our whole part of the mixed number. Okay, this is going to be a mixed number. So 3, okay? Now, we're going to work with the numbers that are after the point. In this case, the number after the point is a 5. Remember, we always write over 1, and we ask ourselves, how many numbers are there after the point? In this case, there is only one number after the point. That's why I'm only going to write 1 0. And once again, I have to simplify. We already did this simplification, so we know that this is divided 5, divided 5, 5 divided 5 is 1, 10 divided 5 is 2. And we put it right here. If you noticed, this is a mixed number. 3.5 is the same as saying 3.5. Okay? Maybe it's a little bit confusing. Don't worry, we have 4 more exercises for you to understand. Let's look at the third example. 9.8. So if you remember, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write the 9 right here, and we're only going to work with the digits after the point. In this case, number 8. We write the 8, the line, and a 1 in the bottom. Now we ask ourselves, how many digits do we have after the point? We have 1 digit, right? So we're only going to write 1 0. That's it. But remember, this fraction is not simplified, so we have to simplify it. How? Dividing the numerator and the denominator into the same number. What number could that be? In this case, it's going to be number 2, right? Because 8 and 10 are both numbers divisible by 2. So 8 divided 2 is 4. 10 divided 2 is 5. Can I find another number to simplify this fraction? Is there any number good enough to simplify 4 and 5? No, the fraction is already simplified, so I can already write it right here. So 9.8 is the same as saying 9 and 4/5, or 4 over 5. Very easy. I hope you understand. Let's do the last 3 examples. So this one is not going to be a mixed number because it starts with a 0. Remember, mixed number only with a number that starts or has a whole before the point. So the first one, it has a 0, it's not a mixed number. The second one, it has a 3, so it is a mixed number. The third one has an 8, so it's also a mixed number. The fourth one, it doesn't have any number before the point, just a 0, so it's not going to be a mixed number. It's just going to be a proper fraction. So let's try to do it. Remember, we forget about the point, we write the number, so in this case it's going to be 75. And look what happens. We write the number, we write the 1, and then we ask ourselves, how many digits do I have after the point? In this case, we have 2 digits. That's why we're going to place 2 zeros. Did you understand the difference? The number of digits after the points is going to tell me how many zeros am I going to have in the denominator. One number after the point, as the first example, is going to have 1 0. Two numbers after the point, as the fourth example, it's going to have 2 zeros. And as always, we're going to simplify. So in this case, you can find many ways of simplifying it. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to simplify here by 5 and by 5. Remember, we have to use the same number on top and at the bottom. 75 divided 5 is going to be 15. And 100 divided 5 is going to be 20. Once again, I can keep simplifying, so I cannot stop, okay? Both numbers are divisible by 5 once again. So I'm going to write 15 divided 5 is 3, 20 divided 5 is 5. Can I keep simplifying? No, right? So we have that 75 over 100 is the same as 3 over 5. And 1.75 is the same as saying 3 over... Okay, sorry, I made a mistake and I hope you realized it. 20 divided by 5? 20 divided by 5 is 4, not 5. Sorry for that. So, once again, 3 over 4. So, 0.75 is 3 over 4. Sorry for my mistake. Now, let's look at the next example. 6.3. 6.3. We have a 6 before the point, so I'm going to put it right here because it's going to be a mixed number. And I work only with the 3, that is the number after the point. I put the 3, I write the 1, and then I ask, how many numbers do I have after the point? Just one number, right? That's why we're going to have just 1 0. And we see if we can simplify. Can we find a number that can divide 3 and 10? No, right? Because 3 is a prime number, can only be divided by 3, and 10 is not divisible by 3. So that's it. That's our fraction. We don't have to simplify it anymore. So we can put it right here. 6 and 3 over 10 is the same as saying 6.3. That's it. Very easy. Let's look at our last example. In this case, it's not going to be a mixed number because it has a 0 before the point. So I'm going to work with the numbers after the point. 362. I write the line and I write the 1. Now I ask, how many numbers do I have after the point? In this case, we have 1, 2, and 3 numbers. That's why I'm going to write here 3 zeros. And now I can simplify. Let's see. Both numbers are divisible by 2, right? Because remember the divisibility rules. Both numbers are even. The last digit is even. So let's try to do this really easy. I'm going to do it over here. Sorry for this. This is the way I divide. You can divide any way you want. Or let's see. Let's do it the American way for you to understand. 362 divided by 2. 2 in 3 is 1 time, which is 2. We subtract. This is 1. I bring the 6. 2 and 16 is 8. 16. We subtract 0. We bring the 2 down. And this is 1 time. And we already finished. So this is going to be 181. That's it. Now, 1000 divided to 500. That one was really easy. Can I find another number that can divide numerator and denominator? Let's see. This is not divisible by 2, not divisible by 3, by 4, by 7. Okay, I guess we finished. This number is not going to be simplified anymore because we cannot find any number on top and at the bottom. So this fraction is going to be 181 over 500. Okay guys, I hope you understand. See you in the next video. Bye bye.